Hey everyone, and welcome to the Fear Review. I'm William.
And I'm Amy.
And today we're going to talk about this year's I Know What You Did Last Summer remake. We're going to give you a short synopsis, then we'll do a spoiler-free review, and then we'll get into the movie, spoiler heavy, and then let you know what we're going to do next week. So I guess I will kick it off with a synopsis.
Do it.
So I don't want to say it's similar to the first movie, but kind of like how remakes are. A group of young adults meet for 4th of July. I believe it's an engagement party. And then they go on a drive at night, stop to watch the fireworks. Something happens similar to the first film, and someone gets hurt, someone dies. They promise never to talk about it because, of course, it's going to impact their lives and, all that. And then a year later, they return on the 4th of July and they start getting notes that someone knows what they did last summer.
You would think somebody would stop doing stuff on the 4th of July.
You would think. So very similar to the first plot, but this time around we do see some returning characters, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. So they're involved this time around too.
Yay.
So, do you want to kick us off with your review?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Yeah. I enjoyed it to an extent. There's nothing super wrong with it, or definitely had some jump scares. I'm not gonna lie. I jumped a couple of times.
It was definitely jump scare heavy, like the loud noise.
With a loud.
Yeah. And those are gonna get you. So
I know, I hate it. It's like somebody's phone is just ringing because their mom's calling, but it's like quiet, and then the phone's all ring, ring, and I'm jumping, and it's nothing even scary. And then I'm embarrassed because the theater's full, and I'm like, was I the only one that jumped? Did anybody else jump?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm the only person that jumps at things that aren't scary. So I had jump scares. And a couple of times I did close my ears because I was like, oh, it's going to make a gross noise. I just know it. But for the most part, it wasn't too gory. If you could handle, a normal scary movie, it's not overtly scary. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Overtly? Did not sound right.
Yeah.
It's not overtly scary. It has jump scares. It has loud noises. So, typical slasher movie. I would say that. It's a typical slasher movie.
Yeah.
Not great. Not a great movie. But...
Yeah, I tend to agree. I Know What You Did Last Summer was never one of my favorites. Not that I disliked them, but I just liked the other ones more. It kind of felt like they were, not that they were ripoffs or anything like that, but they were kind of lower tier, kind of slashers from around that time.
Yeah. Well, the original Scream came out back in the day, followed by this one. And to me, Scream was the top of the line. Yeah. And this one was runner up. Yeah. Or third runner up, or... Yeah. Yeah, and I still feel kind of the same way.
Yeah. No, that's exactly the way it is. But I know there's fans out there that loved the first one. So I kind of feel like maybe that's part of it for me. So I think if you were a fan of the first one, this feels very much along the same lines. I agree. I think if you like that, you'll like this one. But yeah, for me, it was I just felt kind of bored a lot of the time. Yeah. It had jump scares didn't get me, but it had the normal kind of horror stuff. The normal horror stuff you would expect, not, I wouldn't say predictable, but not too original either. It hit the normal beats. It kind of did what you would expect. So it was kind of a meh for me. It was well done. The actors all did well. I think I said coming out of it, I feel like the casting team from the CW cast the movie.
Yeah.
If that means anything to anyone, I think you know what I mean.
I know
But
what you mean.
yeah, it's just kind of
Well, and it's kind of one of those where I'm like, am I too old for this movie too? Like,
yeah.
their lingo, and I don't. I want to know what all these kids do for a living. That they live in the homes that they live in. I know, one of the kids is like born into wealth, they say, but the other ones, I'm like, that's a nice house with a nice pool. What do you do for a
Yeah.
living? That you're what 23, 24, and I don't know. Maybe they're older, but
Yeah.
some of their lingo and things and the way they acted, I was like, are you a child?
Child living in this huge
Are you?
mansion.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think that took me out of it. And I get what you're saying. Like, I was a little bored in between the jump scares. And then I would jump and get scared and was like, oh, okay, I'm awake again. And then I'd get a little bored. But it was entertaining.
Yeah.
As I sit there and say I was bored, but it was entertaining. I'm kind of contradicting myself, but
Yeah, like I guess it's kind of what like that's why I guess there's a meh. It's not like it was bad, not like it was super great, but yeah, I think the use of the original characters was kind of wasted. I think you, and we'll get into it into the spoiler part of it, but I feel like you could really just kind of take them out of the movie completely, and it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. It kind of felt like they were just there to try to like bring like original fans in.
yeah.
And they didn't utilize them that well. I didn't feel like, but
No, they used them for a certain part, which, I won't say it either, but
yeah,
I think it was just to get a nostalgia. I mean, that was part of the reason I wanted to go watch it, because I do remember going and watching the original in the theaters and thinking, oh, let's go watch the new one,
yeah,
and I probably would have enjoyed it more if I didn't have Cheeto Man sitting next to me,
that's true.
because eating the hot Cheetos covered in nacho cheese sauce.
Which is the thing now.
Yeah, and when I saw it on the menu before, I was like, no way, does somebody really get it? I mean, it's just nachos, it's the spicy Cheetos in a nacho container, and then it's just poured in cheese. Well,
Yeah, like the nuclear cheese. That yeah.
Cheetos are already messy, and now you put them in cheese, and then you have that in the theater. That person was licking their fingers the whole movie. I kept thinking, surely he's done with those nachos by now. There's no way he could still be eating on them. But no, into the movie, 5 minutes towards the end, he's still licking his fingers. It was grossing me out.
For everyone's knowledge, though, you do have misophonia, so which is
Well, that's
annoying
true.
in movies too. Like I'll be wonderfully oblivious, and then you'll lean over and go, "That guy will not stop, chomping on his ice." And I'm like, "What?" And then I hear it, and then I cannot not hear it, and I'm like, "Thanks, you just ruined it for me too."
I don't think I said that about the Cheetos person.
didn't.
I was really trying, because I didn't want you to hear the licking and smacking the way I was, because it was so gross. So
You
I
didn't.
might have
You
enjoyed
wanted
the movie a little bit more, honestly, because that was just like taking me out of it, because I was trying to not murder somebody, which obviously I never would. I didn't even say a thing. I didn't huff. I didn't puff. I held it all in. I sound like
You
that.
were nice.
Yes, but I so badly wanted to say, stop it.
Quit it
Stop eating those Cheetos. Get a napkin.
or finish them already.
Something. I don't. Oh,
So for me, rating, I would say if you're a fan of the original, I'd say it's probably a matinee. Go watch it like cheap night, like around here there's like Tuesday nights, or cheaper, or go watch it matinee on the weekend, something like that. You'd probably get your money's worth out of it. If you weren't a fan, then I'd say wait until it's free on, when you can
At
watch it at
home.
home.
I agree with you. I agree. If you're a fan of the original, matinee. If not, you could, because I could have waited until it came home
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary enough. There wasn't enough jump scares that I was like, ooh, that was fun. Like I said, I still got a little bored.
Yeah. When we watch it at home, I make sure and not eat some Cheetos covered in cheese.
You, I can hurt.
That's true. And you have.
Whatever. But I think anybody can. I don't think this movie's too scary. So even for people that, can't handle much horror, you might have to cover your eyes a couple of times with some death scenes if you don't like horror at all. But otherwise, I pretty much. There were children in this movie, like little
we didn't talk
bitty
about that, yeah.
kids. So, I mean, one looked like he was 4.
Yeah.
And I never heard him scream or cry or anything. So, pretty much anybody I'm saying can handle this movie.
Yeah, this is a weird one because when we walked in, we sat down and there's so many kids around us that I was like, are we in the right theater? I was afraid like we were in the How to Train Your Dragon movie on accident or something.
That's right.
But nope.
Nope, it was the right one.
And then I was even like, or is this PG-13? And you're like, no. But yeah,
Yeah, it was rated R.
bunch of kids. I mean, I can't say anything.
They were
was
in
a
there
kid,
with their
but
parents.
Yeah.
And, maybe the parents saw the original and, were really excited about seeing this one and couldn't get a babysitter or something. But
Yeah.
my point being, those kids could handle this movie. I think most people could.
Most people. Still not your mom. But
Mom could handle it if she would just have to close her eyes a lot. Although those jump scares,
yeah.
she can't handle even the eerie sounds. So, yeah. Not my mom. But most people can handle it.
We'll find a movie on here we can say, your mom can watch it. Okay, so you want to get into the spoiler part of the review?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so if you don't want any spoilers, stop and come back and watch this after you've watched the movie.
Yeah, after you watched it.
Okay.
Let us know if you agree.
Yeah. Spoilers ahead. Okay.
Whew.
So talking about the main character, let's say the main characters, the returning characters, like we were saying, like I really feel like they shoehorned them in. So basically in the movie, they've Jennifer Love Hewitt's character is
A
professor, and she talks about trauma. I can't remember exactly that's what she is, but like how trauma changes you, and
she doesn't live in the town anymore.
She doesn't live in the town. She's divorced from Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, and he's still in the town, working on the dock. I think he has a boat.
Yeah, but it's like he has a bar or a restaurant because it was his company that was providing drinks or glasses or whatever at that engagement party.
Yeah, that's right. I say he worked at he did both, I guess, right?
Well, he
there
had
was a scene where he was working at the docks, wasn't there?
That's where the bar was, or the restaurant bar that they were
so
in.
Maybe that's why I was getting confused.
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently I didn't watch this movie at all. I have no business reviewing this movie. But so, and they're divorced. They have a very contentious relationship.
Yeah, it seems like things got nasty.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I used to be married to her. Like, I can't believe it. Like he was disgusted that he was ever married to her, which that kind of bothered me because I was like, well, I mean, the originals, you're all, a couple, and I don't know.
I kind of felt
life happens, but
yeah, I know, but it's like when you set stuff like that up, though, like it
why couldn't they still been married in the movie?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
but their whole point was what happened to them was completely erased from the town's history. Like, it's not on the internet. You can't find out about what happened. So that's why they're there, because when the killings start to happen to these new group of kids, they can't figure out that it has already happened before. So they're telling they're telling the local police officers, and town people, hey, there's a killer with a hook out to get us. Y'all need to help us. And they're like, no, there's not a killer. Somebody just, they committed suicide. And the other person, it was just a bad accident. It was a break-in. There's no killer. In comes Freddie Prinze Jr. saying, no, this has happened before. Yeah. Listen to these kids. That was the point of his character.
And I mean, he and later on, he's more, and I think I read online that she's in it for 7 minutes, he's in it for 10, something like that, or something along those. So they weren't in it a whole lot, but they just felt shoehorned in, and just for just to bring people in, like bring old fans in. But one of my main problems with the movie, and this is very spoiler because this is the ending of it, is you think you know who the killer is. You think they're taken care of, And not that they're not, but then come to find out, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character is helping the killer, and part of it was like they're erasing us. Well, and they first started like saying like, because it was always like, oh, trauma changes you and you're a different person. And at first
Everybody deals with it differently.
Everybody deals with it differently. I'm like, is that really the only thing? But then they kind of layered in him being like, they're erasing us, they're erasing what happened, and blah blah blah. But I was like, still, even then, it was like, it didn't feel like worth it. Like they didn't earn that in the movie. It felt like they just kind of shoehorned that in at the end, and it was like, really, Freddie Prinze, all the 2 movies he was in, and went through all this, and now all of a sudden, now he's gonna be the one.
He's gonna put people through what he went through.
Yeah, which like seems... that just didn't feel right, and it didn't. Yeah, like I feel stupid because I'm like, I was never like a huge fan of the movies, but I was like, that doesn't really pay, like homage to the old ones, right? Like,
well, that and like 2 Killers. Kind of seems like you're trying to rip off a Scream.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually,
I mean, I'm sorry. That was a huge thing when I watched the first Scream, that there's 2 killers, not just one. And then, of course, there's theories that there's...
No, that's what I was about to joke. And again, this is a call out to my friend Chris, who has the theory that there's 3 killers.
Yeah, I was about to say it. And they're the
there's killers. The 3rd killer still out there. They haven't found him yet.
But, this is always just, this was 1 killer. And now there's 2. Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah, and like he didn't kill the other, he pretended to kill the other killer, but she's still out there, and
yeah.
And then those girls at the very end that survive are like, I'm hungry, let's eat. And then, oh hey, by the way, the other killer, she's not dead. Oh, we should kill her then. Yeah, we should. He. I mean, come on now. You just went through it. Like, yeah, all of your friends around you have died. Your fiance's died. Your ex-fiance's died. And you're just like gonna
joking around, like
eat on a table by the beach and joke about killing somebody. I mean,
and
I don't
just
know.
The way they were talking, and it was, and like I think we've talked about this, like we're getting too old or whatever at this point, where I'm like the old uncle. I was like, that's not music, my music's music. But yeah, it just felt very like the dialogue was just stupid at the end. Like, I don't feel like it was as bad the rest of the movie. There was a little bit of that in there, but at the end it was just like, ugh.
I don't know, just the characters themselves. Like I said, I had fun with it because I enjoy a good jump scare, and there were kills that were like when he kills him and then hangs him up like Jaws, or like when you,
like a shark.
I'm thinking of Jaws, but
yeah.
But even Price, like big fishes that you hang them on the docks. I mean, I was like, oh my.
That was when if we're gonna talk about kills, that was the one that I was gonna mention. Was like, that was the only one that I was really like, oh man, because he like takes the hook and like slowly kind of pushes it through his neck and out the other side, and like just that one was a pretty gnarly kill.
Yeah,
like one of those. But
so there was parts where I was like, oh, but other than that, you've got the character that you think was chugging Chardonnay.
Yeah, this poor guy was literally in the movie for 3 minutes, maybe.
Long enough to be called an alcoholic.
Long enough, yeah. His backstory was he was an alcoholic. That was it. And then he gets killed. But before that, they had a big party. You've seen, this is in the trailers. He's the guy in the trailer that gets killed. You see the character
fish,
go, yeah, the
spike.
Spear gun.
I was all fish spike.
Fish spike gun. But the one of the main characters, his girlfriend, is of course taking a bath with the headphones on, so she hears none of it. But he's downstairs, and I think it was a bottle of like Chardonnay, like white wine.
Well, and it was right after the party where she told her friends, "I know he's a bit of a alcoholic, or he's a bit of a heavy, or he has a drinking problem."
Yeah, they're engaged.
Because he was over there doing shots with people. And then, fast forward to now he's chugging.
Yeah, I think he was going to clean up, but then like grabbed out, and starts chugging it and goes,
I mean, he was
like in the
chugging
middle
it
of it, and
hard.
I was like, I mean, I know alcoholics are alcoholics, but this like out of college man is like gonna chug a
You
bottle of
thought it was Chardonnay. I
Chardonnay
thought it
and
was
like
vodka.
go in the middle of it.
He was chugging on it like it was a bottle of water, and he'd been walking through a desert.
Yeah, yeah. That scene got. I was like, oh my gosh. We'll probably rewatch it, and it was vodka, but not that it matters. And then,
Well, the her bath bomb bothered me. That was like one of the biggest things that bothered me. I already don't like baths. We've said that before. It's a red bath bomb, and I know they probably did that so that it's bloody looking for the movie. I would never bathe in a bathtub that had red water. If I was gonna get in a bathtub, like it needs to be blue or maybe purple, but
like a
not
refreshing color.
red.
Yeah, that's all it was it's blood.
Ugh, it grossed me out.
It was after that scene too that after he dies, the friends are there to support her, and the other main character is like staying with her. And she goes, "Do you think this is like some bad karma from what we did in the past?" And I think I remember looking at you as soon as you said it, was like, someone left you a note and killed your boyfriend, and then I think wrote in blood on the wall like, you can't erase the past. I was like, of course that is. Like,
Yeah,
what?
she had just gotten a card that said, "I know what you did last summer," and then yes, there's a message when they kill her fiance, and she's like, "Do you think? I don't. Do you?
Is this like karma?"
Like, no." As I'm making fun of it, saying like, and I say like constantly.
Yes.
I don't even think they said like, but I don't know. The
I
way
do
they
too, so I can't.
The
say
way
anything,
they
so.
spoke was still just. I was wondering, is this how everybody talks now, and we're just aren't aware?
I guess we're just too geriatric at this point, I think.
I didn't even think we were that old, but I guess.
Yeah. So so talking about,
Because wasn't everybody
yeah.
a diva?
Oh, they did say
in
that
the
a
movie?
bunch. Yeah, I think
Go
at least they
diva.
said it enough that it was like, ugh.
Yeah. And I always liked that word. I liked diva, but overused.
Yeah, they've taken it away from you.
Yes. They've ruined it.
Yeah.
And again, where are these people getting their money? Her first fiance was extremely wealthy because his dad was a real estate, mogul, and
he actually
now he's doing it, and it was his dad that got everything to be hidden.
That's going to say, so after the events of the first films, and that's the whole thing, and why they're covering up is the property values dropped because nobody wanted to be there. He swooped in, bought all the property, turned it into a tourist town, and so now that's happening again. They don't want a death. First off, to start off with, they don't want a death to like scare away tourists or anything like that. So that's why they hide it, and then that's why they're hiding it. Again, like the killing, because they don't want to scare away tourists or drive down the property value again, because then he'll just lose money.
It's all about that money.
It's all about the money.
Well, I don't know what her second fiance did for a living, because they again lived in a very nice house with a nice pool. They're doing something right.
Marrying money.
With their weird lingo.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm trying to remember. I'm remembering other little, kills or things where they go to hide. Oh, they're hanging out in a cemetery because they think if they figure out if there's somebody else near the cemetery, near the person that they killed.
Oh yeah, because they go to look for the grave of the person that died,
and see if there's anybody around them that will.
The person they killed.
Yeah. That gives them a clue as to somebody else that could be hunting them because of the death. And then there's like another couple just sitting on a bench at another graveside drinking beer.
Yeah. Was
and
random.
He's, the guy's all, "Hey, do you have an extra beer?" And they just look at him and he's like, "Never mind." Who sits at a cemetery and just drinks beer at night?
I think the Goths.
Goths. Or the, I would always say the emus.
The emus.
The emus.
Yeah.
Instead of emos.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That whose parents keep their kids' room from high school the exact same way? Because the girl, the very first scene, she's coming back, and I think she's already out of college. She comes back, I'm assuming, to her home. And her bed's still made. She's still got old posters up on the wall, her old pictures. And I'm thinking, as soon as we moved out, that room became something else.
Yeah, it was a workout room, I bet.
Yeah, right? Well, I think ours was like a guest room and then like a workout room. Well, they changed homes once I moved out. They moved somewhere else. But like my brother's room, once my brother moved out, that was like an extra little living room for us. We didn't keep it as a shrine, and all of these movies are that way. Every horror movie I think I've ever watched, the kid comes back from college and their room looks exactly the same.
And they're always coming back in and they're like looking around and like being reminded of all of their trophies and like the posters on their wall.
Maybe that's why our rooms didn't get kept, because I didn't have trophies and stuff on the walls. Oh, I'm trying to think of what my room looked like. It would have posters from Legends of the Fall on the wall still. That would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I had like Nirvana posters and Tool posters and...
Hey, those are still cool.
Sorry. Back in my day, we had real music.
Back in your day, you did. Oh, yeah. We just went down a little rabbit hole of our own.
Yeah.
But see, that's kind of the way I felt with this movie. It was like I watched it and I was a little entertained, and then I was like, what's Cheeto guy doing? And then you're like, when's our next movie start? Because we were going to go watch another movie, and I kind of drifted off a little and was like, I could take a baby nap, and then, I'm back in it. Nah, I'm back out of that. Here's the thing. I honestly didn't care if everybody died.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I think that says something. I wasn't rooting for any of the characters. I was like, you know what? I don't really care if any of you die.
Yeah, you didn't root for any of the characters. You didn't root for like even the killers, because sometimes that's the fun part, right? Is like, rooting for Jason or Freddie, or like
no,
just didn't really care.
I think that was it. So yes, I was entertained enough. Like again, because of the scares, I feel like I'm just completely contradicting myself this whole time, because I'm like, I was entertained, but at the same time, I really didn't care.
Yeah.
But I guess that can be the case.
That's why it's just meh. It's kind of in the middle. Like it's kind of entertaining, but not really.
Yeah. Even when we were talking about doing the podcast, I was like, what are we going to say?
Yeah, I did too. I was like, how long is this? This is going to be like a 5-minute podcast, but
probably
you've rambled long enough.
I was about to say, it probably could have been.
Yeah, it could have been.
You're welcome. Okay, so it's I would say just wait until it's free at home.
Yeah, if you stay long enough to listen to the spoilers and everything, I think rent it. Watch it when it wait till it comes home for free.
Because we just ruined it all for you.
Yeah, we told you I'd say best parts, but that's not even the right thing. So yeah.
I can't even remember when I jump scared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like normally I can be like, oh, like in Sinners, I was like, that snake got me, or I can't even remember. I really do think it was like a phone call from a mom or something.
Well, I think there's a difference. Like there's cheap ones, right? Like there's cheap jump scares that are just like, I hate using this word again, but like unearned, right? Like the stuff in The Conjuring that makes you jump, like those are good jump scares. Like they kind of earn those. This is just like you said, like opening a fridge door. Meh.
No, because I can see it right now. That Conjuring scene in the kitchen where that thing, and I screamed.
That's what's funny is that's the scene I was thinking of when I said it.
I think I screamed some bad words.
Yes.
Or is that the one where I screamed and I had no idea it was me screaming?
Both.
Both. I yelled bad words and screamed and didn't know I was
Yeah,
screaming.
because you yelled the F word real loud, and then you looked at me and you said, "Was that me?" Yeah. But yeah, so I know we keep going off on tangents, but that's I
Okay.
guess
Yeah.
because of the movie. Yeah, watch it when it's free at home if you're interested.
But
Like,
if you were really big fans of the first one, which I was not, and you were not, then
Yeah.
you might like it more. Maybe.
yeah, I'd still like go watch a matinee.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't pay full price for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay full price for it.
No. Sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
Diva.
Yeah. Oh.
Me.
So next episode, I had an idea.
Oh no.
I've been looking at like best of 2025 movies. I think it was a best of 2025. I feel like I watched this movie a lot longer ago, but I have no concept of time anymore apparently. But Infested, and I remember watching this, and I really liked the movie. So don't bother listening to my review of it. But it was I had thought, and I told Amy after I watched it, I was like, there is no way you'd be able to watch this movie. And this is before we even thought of the podcast, heard being on the podcast or anything. And I saw that and I was like, that would be a good podcast episode.
This
Just
is
having
the-
her watch that.
This is the one where the poster is little spiders on the poster, like with someone's head or something.
Yeah, I think it's someone like leaning back and the spiders like there's
Yeah.
like on their face. Yeah.
That when you have that and you're looking at, because I think it's on Shudder,
Yeah.
I tell you go past it quick because I don't even want to see the picture.
Yeah. So you have arachnophobia, like, or have arachnophobia. I don't know if that's that's a condition, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, hate spiders, which lots of people do.
but doesn't every normal person in the planet hate spiders?
But you like,
But I don't hurt spiders that are outside. That's their habitat.
yes, you just don't want
They
them.
just can't be in the house because this is my habitat.
Yeah.
But outside, I leave them be.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
I told you.
Infest it next.
I told you I would try.
Yeah.
I cannot guarantee you that I can watch it.
So we may have an episode of me talking about the movie and you just listening to me talk about the movie.
Me sitting over here going, no, I will close my ears if I can't watch the movie and then you talk about it and it's so brutal that I don't even want to hear. Because when you watched it and you said there's no way you will ever be able to watch this movie, I said I don't want to hear about it then.
Yeah.
Because in my head, spiders are going to crawl in people's ears or in their mouths because it's infested. Oh my God, you're laughing. I'm going to die. Okay, I'll try.
I'm realizing what you're in for, like
getting
because of what
so
you're talking
hot right now. And not in a good way. I will try my best.
Yeah. And you're gonna be crying for
I was
real
going to
when
say,
you're
I feel like I'm going to cry, but I will try. I might not be able to do it,
Yeah.
but
you've committed to trying.
I will give it a college try. I will give it a high school diploma try.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Was it yeah, never mind.
I think the saying is I'll give it a college try.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of like another like kindergarten graduation try.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll give it a kindergarten graduation.
Yeah.
A pre-K. I'll give it
Pre-K
a
try.
pre-K try.
So that'll be our next episode. But we're also we went to the OKC horror convention this past weekend, and I think we're gonna try to do just like a small bonus episode, either between now and then or like around the time of that episode.
I would love to do that episode and show all the goodies that we got.
Yeah, this is the first time we've tried to do like a convention episode, and so we're just kind of building the plane while we're flying it. But we took some footage, and not a whole lot because I always struggle with it becoming a work thing versus like enjoying the convention.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've tried to film some, but I get embarrassed like walking around trying to film something.
yeah,
Like I'm afraid people are going to be like, "Why are you filming me?
yeah,
Who do you think you are?" I mean, I know
Yeah.
a lot of people do it because I watch people, that go to Disney and they're filming as they're walking around, and I love it. But
it's different when it's you.
Yeah, well, and those people, I feel like they're famous. That's why everybody knows them. So if they're walking around filming, you're like, hey, Nate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Me, I'm nobody. What are you filming me for? Like, and I'm going to just be like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Even though you can film.
I know you can film.
So we're gonna try to release like a small kind of like a little bonus episode too. Not sure when. It'll probably be around the same time as the next episode, but
You're gonna have to make up for the infested, so I don't know. You might want to film it before or after. Otherwise, I might be red-eyed and crying and
yeah.
help me. This is gonna be when I'm gonna have to phone in a friend. I'm gonna be like, please ask somebody else to watch this movie with you.
Please don't make me do this.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put on my big girl panties and I'm gonna do it. Or I'm at least gonna try.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Maybe.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.